Hey guys, what is going on? This is ChaosEclipse, and the game we are playing today is Elite Dangerous. Now, if you've played the game before, obviously you know everything about it. If you're new to the game, that is what I'm going to bring to you, because I'm fairly new to the game. I have played it before. They've done a lot of updates since then. I never even fully got into the full spectrum of the game. It is a space simulator game, basically. It's very complicated. Well, if you're starting new, it's very complicated. I do remember before playing the game, and it actually got fairly easy after just doing the stuff over and over, but in the beginning it's complicated. Tutorial, there is a tutorial, but it's not all there, I would say. Like I said, I do know they changed a lot of the stuff. I believe I have an account, or a character I should say. We're going to delete him. I haven't played very much with this one. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my third attempt trying to play this game. The first account I deleted had about 4 million credits. Up there in the top right you can see where it says Commander ChaosEclipse. Right now I have 35,000. I'm still gonna delete this one too. So, wrong button. There it is. And you're probably wondering why I'm deleting it. I want to show you guys from the very beginning. I don't really have much anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Even with the 4 million, I didn't really have much. This game is fantastic though. It's a beautiful game for how old it is. And they're actually coming out with a really good update this year, or at least it's supposed to be coming this year. It's called Odyssey. So it's going to be Elite Dangerous Odyssey. Right now it's Horizons. That is the last update that they did. Well, the last DLC they did, I should say. They've done updates like crazy. Like I said, tutorial, there is one, but it's a bit rough. It's going to be something different, guys. And then I'm not going to read the tips, but on any loading screen, there's going to be tips down there at the bottom. If you guys want, go ahead and pause the video, check those out. We're going to be starting this like newbies.
Welcome to Morton Dock. Make yourself comfortable while we finish some preliminary ship checks. My name's Theo Acosta, and I'll be running your Pilots Federation evaluation. Most pilots assigned to me earn their license, so as long as you follow my instructions, you'll be a commander in no time. Oh,
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they misspelled license.
Sounds like an Imperial, but I'm actually from an independent system. Today we'll be covering the basics of flight control, combat, and frame shift drive use. This Sidewinder has been installed with a specialized computer that'll take control at certain points. Mostly you'll follow a series of objectives to guide your actions. These are shown in the info panel at the top right of the head-up display. Okay, you're good to go. Select auto launch from the options ahead of you when you're ready.
Now, this is the first time you're watching any of my videos. For those of you that don't know, I do play on PlayStation. I have a PS4 Pro. Hopefully soon I'll be getting the PS5, waiting for them to restock and everything, you know. The reason why I mention that is because if you hit R3, you can actually look around using your controller. I'm not playing on VR. It basically looks to wherever you point your control. Now, you can't do a full 360 look. I do believe you can play this game in VR. Not sure if you can on PS4, though. I know you can on, like, PC. But, there are, like, other panels and stuff that you can look at that I can't really look at using the control like this. But, we'll get into all that here as we're going through the tutorial. The original tutorial, when I first played the game, you actually had to launch yourself. You had to raise your own landing gear, fly out, all this. I'm glad that they made it auto.
Applicants are departing for their own evaluations, but this isn't a race. Each of the coming stages can be completed at your own pace.
The game is also online, but I do believe there's a way to play solo. I'm not sure if it starts you online or solo. Before, when you play the game, you used to pick right when you start the game. It didn't let me pick this time, so I'm assuming I'm probably solo right now. But it is an MMO. I believe it's the Milky Way galaxy. There's something like 4 billion planets or something like that.
long humanity gazed up at the stars in wonder. We're not distracted by one of Earth's many wars. And now, we glide between them without a second thought. Ah, here we are. Your first task is to demonstrate basic ship movements. A ship's trajectory is primarily controlled by pitch, yaw, and roll. Perform each of these now.
It's going to tell me up in the top right what each one is. So pitch is left analog stick up and down. And then yaw is right analog stick. And to roll, it's left and right on the left one. Now, when we came out, we were already spinning. I just want to point out that before I complete that, see if I can. Oh, this is going to take a while to turn around. The planet right there in front of us was spinning as we came out. The planet itself was not spinning. I want to show you guys what these space stations actually spin, which was part of why the game was actually so hard for me anyway. A lot of people don't have trouble with it. Coming into this place right here, you're supposed to go in on the green side. I don't know if you can see that green right there, and then the other side's red. You were always supposed to ask for docking permission, then you have to fly into the green side while it's spinning. Eventually, once you get, I believe, in the doorway, your ship will start spinning with the space station. So once you're inside, you don't have to spin with it. But it was different. It was something that you really had to pay attention to. And then once you're in there, you guys seen when I looked around, I mean, it's basically like a cylinder on the inside, so you had to find your landing pad and fly over to it. And I mean, it could be on top of you, it could be below you, and you had to flip your ship, and I don't know. It was pretty fun, though. Let me go ahead and finish this rolling thing.
Good. Now increase your throttle to accelerate forwards.
Hang on, let me turn away. Back towards the planet. The controls in this game are a little... They freak me out a little bit. Just the way the rolling and everything is when you're trying to do it all together. It's not confusing, but it's just, for me, it's unnatural with other flying games I've played. I already increased in reverse. There we go.
As before, push the throttle in the opposite direction to cease moving.
Sorry, I'm doing stuff ahead of time. I do need to be careful with that. I did that earlier when, like I said, I tried playing this 3 different times. I got ahead of it earlier and it actually broke the game. I had to restart it from the last checkpoint. Once again, for those of you that don't know, you're just joining me, I'm not a great gamer. I just like playing games, man. In fact, you'll see how much I suck playing this game because I always get my L1 and R1 mixed up. Not because, oh, I don't know which button's what. I mean, I definitely know which ones are R1 and R2, or L1 and or L2. Wow, I can't even talk right. But this game acts like a first-person shooter, technically. Like, normally with a game that has acceleration, usually it's R2, and then L2 would be your reverse. So I guess playing racing games and stuff like that got me stuck with those controls. And in this one, it's not like that. It's R1 and L1, and then L2 and R2 actually shoot. So it's, like I said, it's more like a first-person shooter type. So I usually get confused with those. You'll see when I do the combat training here in a minute, I'll probably screw it up, and you'll be able to see like, oh, yep, he's hitting R1 or L1, and he should be hitting R2 and L2. Just want to point it out so you guys can make fun of me in the comments. No big deal. The space flying in this game does seem a bit slow, but I mean, you have to take into consideration the spaceship that I'm in is, I mean, it's supposed to be big, you know, in real life. Same thing with the space station itself. And then there are actually way huger ships than this one that you start off with. This little cockpit. You'll see how big the cockpit is. You'll see how big the cockpit is when I get to go back in the space station. We'll actually zoom out and we'll look at the cockpit itself compared to how big the actual ship is. Now, what I was talking about with the update, the Elite Dangerous Odyssey, they're supposed to be making it to where you can get out of your ship and actually walk around. Currently, you cannot do that. You can go down to the planets. I believe the majority of them, if not all of them, except the stars, obviously you'd burn up or whatever, like the sun or anything like that. I believe you can go down. This was the Horizons update. I believe you can go down and you can actually use like little planet rovers and stuff like that, but you can't like walk around. With Odyssey, you're going to be able to do that, and they're adding in like first-person shooter PvP and everything. There's already PvP in the game. Technically, anyone could fly up and just blow up your ship. Probably be kind of a dick move. The community in this game is actually pretty cool. I have learned a lot from before when I played, but also, like I said, I haven't played in forever, so I probably forgot it all. There are a lot of things you have to pay attention to, which I'll talk about as we go. Like things that you need to make sure that you know what you have and how much, and like especially your fuel down there on the bottom right. If you run out of fuel, you can become adrift in space and you're screwed. You either have to kill yourself, message a friend if you have any, ask them to bring you some fuel, because you can give other people fuel by using like little drone type things. You can shoot them out and like give them to other people and stuff. There's actually a community called Fuel Rats that is their thing that they do, and they'll actually help you out. And they do require a price though, I believe, for them to bring you fuel. And they'll also let you know about fuel scoops and how they work. A fuel scoop is basically something that you add onto your ship. You can fly around the suns, and you collect like the hydrogen or something like that, and it turns it into fuel, and like you never have to worry about like actually fueling your ship. If you don't have the fuel ship or the fuel scoop, you can actually buy fuel at all of the space stations, but it's easier just to use the scoop so you don't forget to, and it also saves money. Alright, so we have to target this. We're going to get close to it and scan it. Deploy hardpoints. Hardpoints are what they call weapons in the game. I don't know why they call them hardpoints. I mean, I guess it's not always weapons. I think they can be considered other things. Alright, so he wants us to move closer. This was one of the issues that I had with the game. This not too long ago when I was playing it. When I was trying to make a video, like literally about a week ago, maybe less. Oh god, slow down, there we go. I had trouble scanning stuff. See how on the right side it says data link scanner and it's charging up as I'm holding R2? That's what I was trying to do in the game, but I guess now they give you a discovery scanner or something, and it kind of makes this scanner obsolete, so they still train you in this one, but I don't know how to actually use it, because obviously right now it's telling me, you know, lock onto the target, get close enough, and you hold R2 and it scans it. When you're doing an actual mission, I have never seen, well, not never, I have not anymore, or I have not seen anymore, I don't know how the phrasing for it. Basically, when you're scanning stuff now, I don't see the data link scanner actually work. I see the discovery one work. So I don't know if this one just doesn't work anymore, or maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Maybe I have to actually purchase one, like when they actually release you from the training. I'm not sure. Like I said, there's a huge community on this game, so if anyone's watching and you guys know what I'm doing wrong with scanning, please let me know. Like, it would actually greatly help me.
You can employ the ship's frameshift drive to increase your speed by a few orders of magnitude. First, ensure that the ship is correctly secured. Your landing gear, cargo scoop, and hardpoints must all be
okay, so I have to retract my hardpoints.
When you're ready, throttle up.
Now, there's also, if you heard him, if you look down on the bottom right where it says landing gear and cargo scoop, that's the other things that he was making sure that you put away, so you can actually pull them out yourself. That right there. Did I do it? Oh, okay, it's not gonna let me. So if I hold circle and I press up on the D-pad, you can read it right there. That's the cargo scoop. Down on the D-pad would be landing gear. That's do it manually, or if you hit right on the bottom part of the D-pad, it'll actually bring you down here, and it should be in here somewhere. I believe it's either under modules or ship. Actually, it would be under here. Each one of these have different things that are under them. It's not showing me right now because it's training, so let's just go ahead and continue on with the training. So he wants us to get speed, and then we're going to tap triangle to enter super cruise. Like I said, game's beautiful. There are different things in this game, like aliens and stuff. I've never encountered them. Back when I played, way before, they used to be extremely rare. I think they're a little more popular now. And I also don't know if they actually attacked back then. I think they might do now. I'm not sure.
Usually you'll retain control in Super Cruise, but on this occasion your ship's computer is following a preset path. This is a good time to familiarize yourself with a couple of the cockpit.
Yeah, he's going to talk about the panels now.
In the top left of your HUD is the comms panel, which displays pilot communications and contacts across several channels. The top right...
I did that by holding square and hitting up. That one I don't think you can zoom in on. You may be able to. That speed right there that he's showing that's flashing down at the bottom, that's normally what I pay attention to. There's also speed and distance on the left side of the screen. You will actually pay attention to a lot of the stuff down there. Like I said, it is a space simulator game, so you'll actually need to pay attention to your distance, your speed, everything. Right now it's doing everything automatic for me, but as you can see right now, he's talking about the distance and the speed down there on the bottom left. You want to pay attention to that little yellow bar that's dropping on the distance one, and then when you start getting slower, there's the one for speed. The one for speed will pop up, and then when they both get in the blue zone, that's usually when you want to disengage from the super cruise, so you don't overshoot the planet. It's usually a big thing that I do. A lot of times I always miss where I'm going, and I always shoot it over. And then they call it the loop of shame, because you have to actually loop back and go to the area where you're trying to go to begin with. And it actually can get annoying. You can waste.
Astronomical bodies have a gravitational effect on the FSD, reducing your ship's speed.
Sorry, I wanted him to explain that. No, I don't even remember what I was saying. I'll overshoot the place where I'm trying to go a lot, and I usually have to turn back, and they call it the loop of shame. I think I said that. It's just annoying. It wastes fuel and stuff like that. It takes a little more time to get to other places, but not a big deal. You can always turn around.
Try analyzing the megaship with a data link scanner.
Okay, see, and then this one here also tells you to use the data link scanner. So we're gonna have to target the ship by hitting X. Believe we're gonna have to pull out our hard point. Okay, maybe not. It's just gonna say R2 to activate the data link scanner. I think it'll pull the hard points out on its own. Yep, there's our hard points. And as you can see, I'm scanning. But like I said, I'm not sure how you actually use that scanner in the game. Maybe it's because I wasn't targeting right or something. I'm not sure.
It's often worth scanning objects you're unfamiliar with to learn more about them. Next, you need to activate your weapons by cycling to a different fire group.
Okay, so I can hit square R1 to change the firing group, or I can hit the top right side of my D-pad. I usually do square and R1. There it goes. It switched my weapons, so now I have a multi-cannon on the left and a burst laser on the right. So we're going to move a little closer. This game does take a lot of time to do anything in it, so this is definitely going to be multiple videos. A few of them I'll probably link together depending on how much we can accomplish and everything, and we'll go from there. Alright, that is the laser, and this is the multi-cannon.
Try targeting the canister you're aiming at.
Yep, I did.
Thrusters are particularly useful for navigating around large structures. Why not give them a try? Your cannon will automatically reload until the ammunition supply runs out. Meanwhile, your laser will fire until the capacitor is depleted, at which point it will need to recharge.
Okay, so the laser's unlimited as long as it recharges. If you look in the bottom right, down there where it says WEP, as I'm using the laser, it does decrease. That's what he's talking about, that I can basically fire until that goes away. And then once it goes away, it's basically like it's overheated, so I have to wait for that to actually recharge.
Let's dial up the challenge a notch, shall we? An unmanned craft has arrived nearby. These drones are used by the Pilots Federation as target practice, and they're quite harmless.
I hate this part. I suck at combat in this game.
And open fire.
I thought I'd be so good at it, and I'm just horrible at it. I know every time I've tried this this combat, I usually end up ramming the ship, and he gives me a warning. He's like, "There's no need to ram your target," but I'm gonna try to do it without ramming it, guys. So we're gonna see how this goes. Yeah, see, like right now I want to hit L2 to slow down a bit, but he's actually pulling away, so we're actually going to speed up a bit. Okay, yep, going too fast. And the different weapons do different damage, so like I think the laser is actually more for shields, but I'm using it, that way I don't have to buy a whole bunch of cannon ammo. Okay, he's pulling away. I need to catch up. It normally doesn't take me this long, but like I said, I'm also trying not to ram him or pass him like that. He's not gonna fight back just because it's a training simulation. So, all right, he's dead. There is one that will fight back, though. I think now I do one with shields.
This one is fitted with a shield generator. Helpfully, your
And of course, she's on the other side.
Weapon, which excels at stripping away a target shields.
Okay, yeah. So the laser's for the shield, and then it looks like the actual cannon is for the to do more damage to the ship. Which I will totally forget that. Well, I just tried hitting X to fire. I don't know why. So let's strip his shield with the laser. I'm saying it out loud, so maybe I'll remember this. Okay, his shield's gone. Now we're gonna... I ended up going backwards. He's pulling away. Now we're gonna go ahead and finish him off with the cannon if I can catch back up to him. And there are subsystems that you can lock onto. So like if I wanted to, oh god, ooh, that was close. I don't know if I took damage on that or not. You can. This is not No Man's Sky. I can fly into something and easily blow up my ship. So keep that in mind. You're in full control in this game. You can fly into a sun. You can blow yourself up on a planet. I would advise against all those things, but it's definitely possible. That's why I'm trying not to ram stuff. I doubt they're actually going to let me kill myself in the training, but hey, you never know. They probably do. Okay, so I think he doesn't start firing back at me until I destroy his shields. Let's see here. Let's get lined up with him, make sure we're going a decent speed with him. And then we'll engage now. If you look down on the bottom left where it shows his ship and it shows the blue lines around it, those are his shields. So that's one shield down since it turned red. And then as they keep going down, they will keep turning red. That's the second shield down. That is the third one down. And now we can fire our cannon. If you guys have a HOTAS, I don't remember exactly what HOTAS stands for. It's basically like a flight simulator control thing, like with actual joystick and all that. And you have it for your PlayStation, I would say definitely hook it up. Just make sure it has enough buttons. There's a lot of buttons in this game. I haven't used one of those since I was a kid, but that's how a lot of people play on PC, and I'm sure it's extremely easier to fly.
On this occasion, your ship's computer has selected your destination for you. We'll cover selecting destinations manually soon.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure if this game is crossplay, but I do know it's on PC and PlayStation. I'm not sure about Xbox, and I don't think it's on Nintendo. Okay, so what he was just talking about, since I was talking over him, right now we're mass locked. If you look down in the bottom right, that means that we're by something big, so we can't just jump out of here, and it's this thing right here that we were shooting at earlier. That's what has us mass locked. You also get mass locked if you're too close to a planet, or if you're too close to a sun, which they call stars, which technically that's what they are. The sun is a star. And there are different types, like they actually went the full route of, like, you know, having like the different types of dwarfs with stars systems and or with stars and stuff like that. So for those of you that know what I'm talking about, you probably know that I'm butchering this. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's just the different types of stars. Oh, it's because my hard points are out. Okay, hit triangle. We're actually almost done with the tutorial here, I think. Well, yeah, I think we are.
4, 3, 2,
1. That is a star. Like I said, a sun. Now, normally when you come in to a new system out of a jump like that, you will still be going forward, so you'll need to pull away. In the training, it does not have you do that, so we're just sitting here. And getting too close to it will actually burn up your ship and you can die. The suns are probably one of the coolest things I've seen in this game. The stars. They look amazing. I've been down to a few of the planets before, but they were barren. There wasn't much on them. But, okay, so he wants us to access the other panel, so we're going to hit square and left on the D-pad.
Highlight the starport in the location list, and then select Super Cruise Assist. It's the second option.
Okay, so he wants us to highlight the station. And then we're going to do this one, which is Super Cruise Assist. There's also the lock destination and system map. System map just shows you a map of the entire system that you're in, which is this.
If you're lost, exit the external panel.
So it shows all of the planets that are here in the system, or locations that you can visit. The lock destination, I believe, just kind of puts a ping on it. Yeah, so like now there's a ping on it, and it should be targeted if I exit out of there. So that would be this way. Yeah. Now the targeting system in this game for me is different. It's really weird. If you look down at the bottom where the big circle is, where it shows the sun outline down there and it shows all the little arrows and everything, that's kind of like No Man's Sky. I don't have an issue with that. Is that a ship? Those are a couple ships. The thing that is different for me is above that, to the top left, there's a smaller circle with a little bright light on it. That is where you actually target things. So since that little bright light is solid, that means that my target is in front of me. If I turn away from it, which this is one of the things that actually does not explain, but if I turn completely away from it, that bright light goes hollow on that little top right circle down at the bottom. So now I'm completely facing away from it. If I turn back, I will be facing it again. There we go, went solid. So now I'm going back towards it, and there it is. So let's go back in here. He wanted us to click on it, and then we're picking the second one to do the Super Cruise. We're gonna exit out of there. We're already facing it. Normally it'll tell you to face it, and then it'll jump into Super Cruise. We're already facing it, so it's gonna go straight into it.
Your ship is now bound for Quello Station.
Now, like I said, it will slow down on its own and everything and pull us out in front of it. Normally, this is stuff that you have to do. I think there's a way to turn on and off the assist, but normally you have to do this on your own without the assist.
The external panel is primarily used to interact.
He's talking about this panel.
For example, you can access maps, display contracts, and review nearby objects. Meanwhile, the internal panel displays information about you.
Now he's talking about this one.
You can adjust module functions, check your records.
Which it's not even showing anything in here. It'd be helpful if they did during the training. I'll show you guys once we get out of the training. It's actually more complicated in that menu. Like I said, they don't explain everything on the tutorial. It's more like a, hey, get out there type thing.
New pilots often wonder
But
what their
once you get the
first
controls
step
down
is.
and you understand the game, it's an awesome game.
Is a great source of help in this regard. It
You can
details
play in
a variety of
parties.
professional
I think you can have about 4 people in your party. They call them wings. It's also considered like a guild type thing. And then there's different communities. Like I said, there's the fuel rats that will actually come and drop off fuel for you. If you go to the wiki, or actually I believe the community, or just the page for this game, go to community tab on there, it will actually show you all the different communities. There is full communities that are dedicated to different things. It's awesome.
Going through the docking process. This will cover docking permissions and a standard landing pad approach.
Okay, so when we get there, we have to request docking, which I think he kind of just now mentioned, but he'll remind us again when we get there. And yes, it does take this long to fly to the different places. You can get faster ships. I don't think they're much faster because you're flying in space and everything's still far apart, but yeah, see, normally right there I'd hit triangle to disengage. It's going to do it on its own, and there's the space station. As far as I know, they're all spinning like this.
This is the final stretch. You'll dock here shortly, but I'd like you to position your ship near the starport's access corridor first.
Okay, so he wants us to move in closer towards the opening.
Starports are the backbone of humanity's operations throughout inhabited space. They provide mission boards, the commodities market, a number of specialized contacts, and various ship facilities. Most pilot business is conducted via the Starport Services interface. I recommend familiarizing yourself with this screen when docked. Good.
Okay, we're
Ease
close
off the
enough.
throttle
Let's go ahead and
hold
stop all the
position
way.
here. Oh, and try not to block the access corridor.
Yeah, he said try not to blow up the access corridor. Like I said, I've mixed up L1 and R1 before. If you fire on this place, I'm pretty sure they send some guys after you. Also, if you fire within range, you also get a bounty, which I did in the first tutorial I tried making, and like I said, it was just horrible. I would have still posted it, but I overdid the time, so it cut off an entire portion in the beginning of the game. Okay, so he's telling us to request docking, so we have to do square and left to look at this panel. This part doesn't matter. It does show the stations in the area, which is the blue one. That's what we're trying to get into. Clicking on it still doesn't actually do anything. You have to go over to contacts. Then from here, it'll show you all the contacts that are in stations. So if there's another player in the station, he'll actually be on here too. We'll hit right on the D-pad to go to request docking, and we'll hit X. It automatically requests docking for us. You can hear them say that you're granted, and then it flies in, and then you can fly in. It's on auto dock right now though, so as soon as the game registered that I did the docking, it automatically lets you go. I don't think I've ever been refused docking. Well, actually I have. I think I was too far away from the opening before, and it refused. It's like, you know, please move up or whatever. But like I said, that was also a long time ago, back when you actually, during the tutorial, you had to do it manually, which I'm really surprised that they don't do that anymore.
Will now demonstrate a safe landing procedure.
Yeah, see, if our landing thing was up on the top part, we would have to turn our ship over and land up there.
Must be deployed. The related dashboard indicator
Down in the bottom right, he's talking about the landing gear. If you're doing it manually, you have to deploy your own landing gear when you come in, and you'll have to actually line up with this thing on your own. Like, it's, like I said, it is pretty complicated, but I'm so glad that they added in the auto docking.
Switch to the precision approach display, which helps you accurately set.
He's talking about down bottom center where it's highlighted blue. It switches to a different screen, and it just shows to land in the middle of that circle down there, like a little target thing.
Congratulations, Commander. Your evaluation has been successful, and a license is being assigned to you as I speak. We just need to finalize your credentials. Enter the hangar to exit this evaluation.
Okay, so now he wants us to go down in the hangar. So if we select this one, go to hangar, that's what it's talking about. It says at the top, it says select enter hangar, and it's like in capitalized. So I'm assuming this should actually say enter hangar, but that's what they're talking about, is going to hangar, or go to hangar. So we click on this one.
Blaze your own trail across the galaxy. The manner in which you do so is up to you.
Now basically from here on out, I'm free. I can do whatever I want. But he does give you a first mission that you can follow. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna follow his first mission. This is just asked me to make my name and everything. We're gonna keep ChaosEclipse there. Body type, we're gonna go with male. Hit continue. This is just two different loadouts. As far as I know, they're the same exact thing. This one may or may not, the one on the left where it says Horizon Sidewinder, it may or may not come with a cargo bay that has room for like a rover or something like that. But I don't know. We're gonna go with new commander. We're gonna work our way up from scratch. Like I said, I believe they're both the same thing. It just shows that both ships are Sidewinders. The location is Matet. That's the station we're at, or that's the system we're at, I believe. Because I believe the station we're at is like Colio or Colian or whatever thing it said before. Balance, they're giving us 1,000 credits, and then the loadout, like I said at the bottom, I think one has maybe one more thing, but we're gonna go with the all completely fresh one. We're gonna pick this one, and then it just gives you your stats again. We're gonna hit continue. Now it's asked for a ship name. I've always sucked at these, so for ship name, we're just going to name it what it is, a Sidewinder. And then it also asks us for a ship ID. If you guys don't know, normally I go with rare breed for a for like a guild type thing. Now I believe that the ship ID is just so that you can identify the different ships. Like if I had multiple Sidewinders, the ship ID plate just shows me which one's different. But I believe that you can also go off of ship name. We're gonna go with rare, just rare, because you can't fit in rare breed for the ship ID plate. And we're gonna go down to continue, and it's just showing us all the stuff we just picked. I'm gonna confirm that, and he's gonna give us our license while it loads. Well, it's gonna load, and then he's gonna give us our license.
License has been issued, and you're free to traverse the galaxy as an independent pilot.
There we go.
Before
All done.
For the first time, allow me to quickly introduce the basic interface for mission contracts. Almost all pilots will use the mission board at some stage.
He's going to talk to us about the mission board real quick.
Active missions are displayed in the Transactions tab of the external interface panel. This time you'll need to travel to Mawson Dock in the Dromi system. You can select these destinations on the navigation screen of the external interface panel. If you'd like to practice your journey first, I recommend the training simulations accessed via the internal interface panel. To review what we've discussed, select your comms panel and scroll through the recorded text. I'll contact you on Mawson Dock if you decide to complete this mission.
Okay, so the comms panel.
Then I wish you luck, Commander.
So the comms panel is this one here. It just, you can select it and you can actually look at all the different stuff. Like I said, you can talk to other people in the game. It is an MMO. He gave us a thing for completing it. I think that's, I don't think it's anything important. It's just a new livery for our ship. I think that's how you say it. Livery, whatever. It's just a paint job for our ship. That is a permit that he gave us. And then right here, you can actually join random people. You can do matchmaking. If you have friends, you can actually do like you can send friend requests and all that. History, I think that just shows like when you're doing different things, being attacked or attacking, or you know, mining or anything like that. Squadron feed, that's if you're in a squadron. Join a squadron or create your own to gain access. I don't remember how to create a squadron. I think that's just a party. I don't think that's like a guild thing. I think it's like a wing basically. Well, or maybe the wing is a guild. That's what they call them in this game. They're called wings. I think I went over that, but just in case I didn't. And then this, it shows like the system on like for chat. So basically I have all of these active right now. I'm not really worried about that either. This exclamation point that's on here is going to get annoying. I don't think you can take it off of there. That's funny, it keeps telling me to hurry. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the starport services. Well, before we do that, we're going to hold square, we're going to hit left, we're going to look at this panel. Like I said, it shows everything that is here. within this area. This is the place we need to get to, the Draw Me system. That is what he was talking about, so we're going to lock onto that. We can do the galaxy map. This will actually bring up an actual map of the system. So this is where we are down here, and it is like 3D. I kind of hate this map, honestly, the way it is, but I honestly would not know a better way for them to do this. But yeah, so we're down here at this one, and we need to get to this one, so we're going to hit... we're going to highlight it first. We're going to hit over, like it starts on select. We're going to hit over to plot route. We're going to hit X on it. So it made the route. We're going to hit circle. There's a lot of stuff on this screen that I don't know what half of it is. If I hit R1, it shows you like the economy for the system, like all the different stuff. I had gotten into this stuff way before, and like I just, it was mind-blowing with how much stuff is in this game. And it actually led me to other stuff, and it's pretty crazy. This right here shows like who's in control of the current system. So if I zoom out, like the different colors are like different political views, if that's what you want to call them, different parties. One system can take over an entire thing, and if you join communities in the game, like I said, they actually do focus on that. I have no idea how to do that stuff. I think you have to actually do missions within like each one of these star systems, and I'm not sure how it works. If you guys do, and it's not that complicated, please explain it. It's not something they cover in the tutorial. There is a video you can watch on it that's in a part of the tutorial. So if I go over to this side over here, and I go to training, training videos, it's these power plays. This is how you can watch, and they'll explain all the stuff to you. All this stuff in here you can do in the game. It will warn you, like, let me see, this one, yeah. So engineers are only in the Horizons update, so if you don't have the Horizons update, then you're never going to see an engineer. Engineers basically give you better stuff for your ships, and it's like more angled towards like actual things, like you can get better missiles from them or something like that. I don't remember exactly what they do, but it's something like that. I don't think Elite Dangerous now, for the most part, the base game is still out there, and I think it's actually really cheap. If you're going to buy the game, I would say get Horizons. It's probably the same price as just a regular game itself, honestly, by now. And then, like I said, they have Odyssey coming out. I believe you are going to have to pay for Odyssey, but I'm not sure how much it's going to be. They haven't actually said anything. Last I heard, it was coming out the beginning of this year, but I haven't heard too much about it. There is a trailer for Elite Dangerous Odyssey, and if I remember, I will actually put a link down in the description for you guys. There's also more training you can do in here, like the actual docking and all that, where if you want to do it manually, you can start the tutorial down there, and you can actually do this stuff yourself. I'm not going to do any of this because it seems kind of overkill. The only thing I would probably need to do it on would be the mining. But we're not going to do that. And then I'm not even sure what the challenge scenarios are. I think that's more like dog fights and stuff like that. But back to this menu, as you can see, there are different things in here now. So the Hollow Me, that just takes me to see my character. Codex just talks about like the lore, I think. So it has you, it has discoveries, knowledge base, pilot's handbook. Like, it's just, this one explains like just the different things about it. So if you wanted to try bounty hunting and you hit X on it, it talks about all of this stuff. There is also, let me see, is it knowledge base? Yeah, these are the different in-game communities, not the ones that I was talking about, like the fuel rats. They're not anything in here. I mean, they might be aligned with one of these. I don't know if they are. They may be aligned with all of them, different parts of fuel rats aligned with different things. But all these extra things are different. I don't even know how to explain it. They're different groups in the game, I guess. These are the aliens that I knew about. I don't know if there's other ones, because I mean, I don't even know what the Guardians are. That one has a question mark, but you can actually click on them. I'm not sure what the dark wheel is either. you can actually click on them. So if I wanted to hear this, I can hit play, and I can go through all these and do add to list. So it'll play like just back to back. What it'll do is it'll actually read everything that's in here. So I won't have to read it out loud. I can actually do hit play and then just leave it, and I can actually go and look at the rest of the menu. Problem with that is I don't know if I can stop that now. So let's see if I can. Okay, yeah. No, it's gonna keep going. All right, well that's gonna be a little annoying. Sorry about that. So if I go over here with this menu, here we go. I can stop it right here. There we go. Okay, so go through this menu real quick with you guys. I'm not gonna go through everything exactly. Like that's the galactic powers. That's the political views I was talking about. So those are the different groups. Galnet News. This, I think it's something fairly new. I could be wrong. Like I said, I didn't get to too much in depth with the game. I just flew around and kind of did my own thing. It's a fun game either way you play. But this talks about like systems being taken over and who was involved, and I don't know how much of this you can actually get involved with. Like this one talks about Thargoids that we were just listening to. They damage the space station. I don't know if that's a real thing. I don't know if we go to that system, if we see them damaging the space station, or if it's already damaged and we have to do something to repair it. I have no idea how much you can get involved with any of this stuff. But there's actually quite a bit of stuff in here that you can actually go through and like look at the different things. It's pretty crazy how in-depth this game is. It would not surprise me if you can do all that stuff. So now if I hit R1 on the control, it'll move over to modules. These are all the modules that are with my ship. So if I've actually gotten so damaged that I actually had to turn some of these off just to make my ship work right. Like I had to basically take power away from everything. So like if I turn off my discovery scanner, this scanner and this scanner, it completely nullifies all my scanners. And you can set priorities as to on the very right, you can set priorities as to what the what systems will shut down first and all that. I don't do all that stuff. I'm sure diehard people that play this game religiously and they know what's going on, they do that stuff. I have no clue where I would even start with any of that. Fire groups, this was always confusing for me as well. I'm gonna set all my scanners to 2, because if not, later when we try scanning something, the scanner's not going to work, but it's because I haven't set it yet. Which that's another thing they don't go over with you in the training. Even though we just scanned something, if I tried it now, it wouldn't do anything for me, because when it doesn't have anything like that, it means they're deactivated. Like you just can't scan anything. So now 1, I believe, will be like the first set of firing group. And then whichever one's on the right, whichever one's on the left, that'll be L2 and R2. And then here, same thing, but it's now a second firing group. And then if you go to ship, you can turn on and off your external lights, night vision, all this stuff. This is how you can manually do the landing gear and the cargo scoop if you forget that you can just hold circle and hit a button on the D-pad. Turret weapon mode, it says forward fire. I think you can actually have one that fires like in different directions and stuff. I'm not sure on that. And then here's some other stuff like with auto dock, auto launching. I can turn all that stuff on or off. I mean, you guys can read all this stuff of what it all does. Inventory, that actually shows the cargo that's in your ship. So if I actually have inventory, it'll show the cargo that I have in this menu. If you're being attacked, and AIs will actually attack you, I mean, so will other people, but AIs will attack you if you have some valuable cargo. You can actually launch it out of your ship, and I believe they stop attacking you as long as you didn't attack them, and they'll go and take the cargo from you. But you have to be careful with other players. Back when I played before, I have ran into some bad players, and they'll be like, hey, give us your cargo, whatever. Kind of like a DayZ type thing where, you know, people try jumping you and asking for your weapons and stuff like that. This is sort of the same thing. If you have anything valuable and they know you do, which I'm not sure how they would know. I think they can do a scan of your ship and it'll actually show like different things depending on their scanner. They might ask you for it, and if you don't give it, then, you know, they're just going to kill you. And starting off new, you do have to, that is something you have to worry about. I'm not sure what this synthesis thing is. It looks like you can do different things with it in here. I'm not sure what any of this is at all. Status, this just shows the stats of your ship and of your character. Your reputation, you can get different reputation with different factions and everything. So alright, let's back out of that. And what were we supposed to be doing? I believe we're going into the starport. Or starport services, I should say. I think we already have a mission. Maybe that's what we were doing. Hang on, let's back out of that. Let's check this. Transaction. Yeah, okay, so he did give us a mission. The mission is to go to a different part of the galaxy. We're going to the Drami one, which I believe it's already marked. Or yeah, we marked it at the beginning. Okay, so we can go ahead and get out of here. So we're going to do auto launch. Like I said, you can do all this manually, launching and stuff. If I do it, I will probably end up blowing up. It may be funny to you guys, but I really don't want to die right now, so we're not going to try it just yet. Maybe we'll try it a little bit later in the gameplay when I'm a little more comfortable with the flying in this game. Now when you do auto launch, sometimes like right now it says waiting in queue, we'll actually have to wait for other ships to go in and out. When you do it automatically, you can like cut in line, just go in front of people, but you can also crash into someone else's ship and blow both people up. Right now the ships that you're seeing fly around, I'm pretty sure those are AI. I don't think that they're actual players or anything. And then a lot of times up in this menu, you'll see AI talking and stuff, like if they're talking, like if it's real players. It's not. Usually you can tell the difference, but I'll point it out if we ever see a real player. Like I said, the game is huge, so unless we're in a highly populated area, we probably won't see a player anyway. And that's if we're even online. Like I said, I mean, technically we're still in the tutorial. Actually, no, we got out of the tutorial. I mean, this is part of a tutorial, but we got out of the main tutorial when he gave us our license and had us pick our name and everything. So, okay, so the auto launch is complete. Now we're on our own. And this is it. This is how the game throws you into it. Like, you get no more talking, no more of them explaining anything. So from here, you should already know what to do. So I believe our system was already marked. We're gonna face towards it, and we're mass locked, so we're gonna move away from this space station. If I hit circle, it has a little boost. We need to get out of this mass lock thing before I can make this jump. Okay, mass lock is off, so we're gonna do triangle, and it will start taking us over there. And like I said, you're gonna have to pay attention to the speed and the speed and the distance down on the bottom left. And you want to disengage right when they're both in the and this is a new system, so we're actually gonna come in on a star, but you want to disengage this when it's actually no, I'm wrong. That's for inter-system flying. This will actually take us directly to the star. This one we don't disengage. It'll disengage when we get there right on the star. Yep, there's a star, so let's pull away from that because like I said, we're still moving forward. You never want to go to the bathroom or anything when you're flying into a new system. You will fly into the star and you will die. I'll show you guys this. If you fly closer to the star, which actually it looked like we were at 0 anyway. So if you fly closer to the star, you'll start getting heat damage. Where's it at? Come on. Okay, you can see the smoke coming up right there, so we're gonna fly away from it. Now, if you stay too long there, you can just die before even getting into the star. I don't even know if you can fly into the star directly. You might burn up before you even get into it. So the smoke eventually goes away, but that will actually, I will have to pay a small fee for repairing my ship now. It's literally a small fee, so I'm not really worried about it. I'll show you guys when we get to the next space station. So now we're in the Dromi system, but we don't know where the space station is. This unidentified signal source right here, that's just something that's unidentified. If I come to a complete stop, which actually I think we're in like the space cruise right now. So yeah, we're still moving forward. So the slowest we can go is 30.0. So it wasn't okay. I guess it does drop slower. You can't go reverse, but I guess we were moving forward when we came into the star, so it is a good thing that we pulled away. Wow, did we already fly that far away from that star? Wow, okay. Now if I want to fly, that's a planet over there, I believe. Oh, not that one. Not that one. Where is it at? It was like Dromi 2 or something. I think it was that one. Let's see. Nope, that looks like maybe it's... Oh no, it's someone's wake? Oh, okay, that's Dromi 2. I guess the other one was just in front of it. So we can technically fly like this all the way there. Now, what is that? 81.5D? I believe that means it'll take 81 days to fly there. That, correct me if I'm wrong, for those of you that know, like I said, there's a huge community. I'm sure some guys out there are making fun of the way I'm doing this tutorial. But correct me if I'm wrong. I believe if I fly at this speed, it will actually take me 81 real days to fly there. So that's why you don't want to do it that way. What we're going to do is we're going to hit square, and we're going to hit left. And now we're looking for a blue one, which is where we're supposed to be going. So Mawson Dock is where we're supposed to be going. We're going to mark it, and we're going to do the Super Cruise Assist. Go out of there. Okay, so it's marked there. So all we have to do is face it, and it'll automatically jump into the Super Cruise. Now this is where you have to actually watch your speed and everything that I was talking about before that I thought you had to do. Whoops. You have to stay facing it. I accidentally pulled back too hard. And then the distance and the speed over on that bottom left, that's what I was talking about, where you'll hit triangle to actually come out of it. So we're going to speed up here. Well, I guess it's already, yeah, because it was already doing the auto assist or whatever. So we're going as fast as we can right now. So as you can see, it should take about 7 seconds to get there. Which, that may be wrong. Maybe that's 7 minutes. That's not 7 minutes. That can't be. I don't know. We'll just pay attention to the bottom left over there where it says distance and speed. As soon as, like I said, one of the things to note, which it's doing it for me, down in the bottom right, or not the bottom right, the center, but the bottom right of that circle, where it has like that little blue line moving along the yellow. As long as you keep that line in the blue, you will almost never overshoot your planet, and then you'll just hit triangle when your distance and your speed on the left is in that blue. You hit triangle and it'll jump you out right in front of wherever you're going. You may have to like turn your ship and scan a little bit, but you won't overshoot things. Most people forget that, which actually it may pull me out of this anyway, because it looks like we're either gonna go into the gravitational pull from the planet and it's gonna mass lock us, or the rings around this planet is actually asteroid fields in this game, which I believe that's how it is in real life. Okay, so it's gonna pull. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. So pull this out right. Now, if I was coming from a different direction, I was flying through that ring, it would pull us out at the ring, because there's nothing but asteroids there. It's not gonna fly you through it. You'll have to actually manually go around it or whatever. Okay, so I don't know if the opening is on this side or the other side. Looks like it's on this side. Yeah, I can see the green on the part where it's in the center. So we're gonna get a little closer to the entrance. I don't know how close you have to be to these. But we're within 7 kilometers, and I think that's what it is. So we're gonna hit square and left, go over to contacts, we're gonna request docking, and it should automatically take us in there. Yep, there we go. Now, like I said, if you have your auto dock off, it'll just say you're approved, and it'll start that timer down on the bottom where it says proceed to landing pad 44, and you will have to actually fly in here manually and land on landing pad 44. It'll, I believe, highlight the landing pad you're supposed to go to, but there are other ones highlighted for ones that are open. If you go to the wrong landing pad, it'll tell you that you're loitering and that you have to move and stuff like that. I don't know what happens if they actually kick you out of the space station. Maybe they just fine you, I'm not sure.
Landing gear deployed.
But yeah, the whole point of coming here was to do this, the mission that we have, which was this right, right here.
Complete the mission.
It's
Access starport services from a menu in the center of your dashboard. Then select the mission board from the general services list on the left of the presented screen. You'll be able to hand in your assigned mission to the Pilots Federation representative here. This will formally complete the mission.
okay, so he's telling us how to complete the mission, so we have to go to starport services, but I want to show you guys what we were even doing. I don't know if you read it or if I went over it. It's a welcome to the galaxy mission. If you hit X on it, it explains what we were supposed to do. Well, okay, at the top where it says hand in this mission at Mawson Dock and Drami, it originally said that we were supposed to go to the Drami system, then we were supposed to find Mawson Dock. It led you through everything you were supposed to do. Sorry if I missed that, guys. I will show you on the next mission we get as to what it looks like though when you first pick it up. But we are completing it. Well, it actually says complete. If we leave this area, I don't know if it still says complete. I think it has to be turned in here, so technically if it stays completed, we could probably go to another dock and turn it in there, since we did fly here and we completed it here, but it may have to be turned in where you have to actually be. So if we go to starport services, there'll be a mission tab in here, right here where it says mission board. Click on this, and right here, the very first one, it says mission welcome to the galaxy, and on the right side it says complete mission. We hit X on that. They give us our 10,000 credits, which is our reward for doing the mission. We hit X, and boom, that is your very first mission, and that is completely the end of the tutorial.
From this point on, you'll be choosing your own missions. A variety of contracts are available throughout the galaxy that require a skilled pilot. Once again, there are training missions available to practice a variety of controls and challenges. The pilot's handbook, found in the internal interface panel, also provides a wealth of advice on most professions. I'll look forward to watching your progress, Commander. Make us proud. This is Theo Acosta, signing off.
Okay, I was waiting until he was done talking. These are all the missions that you can pick. The red ones down here, you either have to have reputation or certain things that I don't have. So this one right here says that I require minimum reputation as cordial. So you see that little lock on the bar on the right side? My reputation has to be at that bar for me to accept that mission. These ones, I'm not at the right port or colony. And then I also need planetary landing modules, which I don't have on this ship. So that's to accept those ones. The symbol that's kind of there in the middle, it's like a crest of a planet or whatever, and like a light coming up behind it. That is the horizon symbol. So basically that's also saying that if you don't have the horizons update, that you need to have that. But if you know anything about the horizons, that's how you do the planetary landing anyway. So on the right side where it says planetary landing module, I mean, the two coincide. They're the same thing, basically. All these ones I can accept. Now the difference is, though, that with my ship, I don't have good weapons or anything like that. So if I was to pick something like this one, Masker Raven Crosshairs Faction Pirates, I could probably do it. But one, it's 11.13 light years away. It's in the Sharur. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. It's in that area, that part of the galaxy. And it only pays 24,000 credits. There are other ones that are actually easier. This one will pay 42, but I will probably die in that one. I believe if you click on them, it will actually show you the difficulty. Okay, so it says recommended rank harmless in the center on the left. Target count. So I'll be going up against 5 pirates though. There at the bottom. I don't want to do any of those missions. We're not going to fight anything until we get better shields and everything anyway. At least we're going to try not to fight anything. Now, this is what this person is offering. Over here on the left side where it says Pilots Federation Administration. So she has 16 out of 21 missions that I can accept. So these are the 16, and then the ones that I can't accept, those are what makes up the 21. I believe I'm doing that right. On the left side over here where she's at, where her picture's at, there's other people normally that you could pick. But since this is like a beginner area, it's just showing you the one person with the missions that she has. We're gonna pick a fairly simple one, or at least I hope it is. So all these ones, as you can see on the right side of these missions, it says that they're in the draw me system. Here on the right side where it says destination, draw me. These ones right here, not that bottom one, these two are basically the same thing. They just want us to go to a spot where there's salvageable data floating around basically in space, like little canisters. We go and pick those up and we turn them in. Each one gives us 25,000. I believe you can only accept one mission at a time, or I would take them both, because each one probably only has one canister, and I believe I can hold 4 currently with the cargo space I have. But like I said, I believe you can only hold one at a time, a mission that is. This one, deliver 4 units of Argy medicines, or Argy medicines, whatever it's called. It pays a tiny bit less. It's still 25,000, but minus $600 basically, or 600 credits. And it's in a different system. It's in the Matet system, which is 7 light years away according to that one. You have to find those 4 units on your own, go and buy them, and then you just go and deliver them. But they pay the 25,000, so they're probably not that expensive with the 11,000 credits that I now have, because we started off with 1, then they gave us another 10 just now when we completed our first mission. I could probably buy those and take them back to the Matet system, get paid 25,000. But I'm also going to be spending however much money it costs to buy those 4 things. So these 2 are completely free. I just have to get there, pick up the item, and bring them back. This one is completely free, but it's in a different system, so I'll be wasting fuel and stuff like that. It's just stuff that you have to take into consideration with the missions you're doing. The mine 3 units of bauxite. I don't think I can even do these yet. I believe before when I played that it's one of the things they don't explain to you. You have to have different like little limpet things. They're like little drone things. They call them limpets. They go out and they will actually mine the asteroid for you. I think now the mining works a little bit different, but what they don't tell you is you don't have any of these on your ship. So I picked a mining mission before, not recently, but before when I played. I picked a mining mission before and I had no idea how to do it. It was so confusing. Like I said, it's one of the things that they don't go over. Now, it was in that, in this menu, where was it at? In the training? And then the pilot handbook, I think. Or no, it's right here. So it is right here, and you could do the start tutorial, but it actually takes you into tutorial. Like it'll take you into your own little space thing, and it'll show you tutorial. This didn't used to be here as far as I remember. None of this was. Like I said, they just kind of threw you to the wolves, and you had to figure it out on your own. So the game was really complicated back then. It still kind of is. Hopefully when they do Odyssey, maybe they're going to make a new tutorial for the entire game. I doubt it, though. The game's just so old and it's so popular that I guess they think that you don't need it anymore. So they will probably never redo the tutorial unless they completely revamp the game entirely. The little bit of fuel that I need costs 30 credits. Let's go ahead and fill up. Now it says repair all and restock all. I guess I didn't take damage. Maybe I didn't stay close enough to that star before. But normally if you hit anything or you have to buy bullets, that's where you would buy and repair. If we go to livery, it will actually show us the ship on the outside. And I could show you guys the cockpit like I was talking about. Like how, technically, how small your character is compared to the ship itself. It should zoom out and go to like a third person. You can do a free look out in the when you're flying around too in space, but I don't ever use it, so I don't remember what the button is for it. Or it's probably buttons. It's probably 2 buttons. So that tiny chair in the little glass window, that is where your character would sit. And then, you know, with how big the ship is, you know, it's considerably bigger than your character. So flying around the different areas and stuff, you can see why everything's scaled the way it is. This is all paint jobs and everything. It's obviously the livery, or I'm probably butchering that. We're gonna go with gold. These ones that are orange, I do already own. I don't know if I had to do anything special or if they just come with it. I may have bought a certain pack or something. The reason why I'm going with gold, I don't know why it's called gold, because it looks black to me. And this one's golden, which actually looks gold, but whatever. I'm going with this one because it's black. When you're playing in like PvP, if you get involved in any PvP, if they can't see you, it's going to be harder for them to actually hit you. Now, obviously, there is a targeting system in the game, so for more experienced players, they're going to know exactly where you're at. But I'm just preparing for maybe running into another newbie, since I'm in a newbie area, so we're going to go ahead and stick with that. I don't own any of these. I believe it's just like lasers for when you're shooting and stuff, like the color of them. Same thing here, but it's for the rocket boosts on the back of your ship. Decals, I don't think I own any of these either. Yeah, I have to pay for all of these. Down on the bottom right, it shows the price down there. I'm not sure what those arc things are. As you can see on my top right, I have 69 of them. No idea how I got them. Don't know what they're for. I no idea, man. And then here's like extra parts, like to add stuff to your wings or your tail, your bumper. All that stuff costs money too. All this stuff does. So I'm not going to buy any of it. I'm just clicking on the stuff just so you guys can see. You can actually spell in stuff on, or spell out stuff onto your ship. So if I click on that, it'll show like right there where, I think it's right there where it says Sidewinder is where the letters would go. But I'm not doing any of that. If I come down to the last one, I think you buy like bobbleheads and stuff in here. Yeah, like little plants and weird stuff. There's a little bobblehead, little planet, some plants. Now, one of the things I don't know, I'm pretty sure you can interchange them between ships and stuff, but if I was just to buy a whole bunch of stuff for this ship and then get a new ship, I don't think it changes on its own, so I would have to actually come in here, unequip it from one ship, put it on another, or maybe I can just equip it on all of them. I'm not sure how it works. Not really worried about it though. Hollow Me, let's go in here. I'm not going to change how my character looks. It's a guy. I don't care what nationality or anything he is. He's just going to stay the way he is. I'm not going to mess with too much stuff in here. Normally in games like, well, not like this, but normally in games I would actually go through and I would spend hours just making my character, and I'm just not going to do it in this game. Maybe when Odyssey comes out, I'll change it and you know, make it more to my liking. Actually, there is one thing I want to change. His suit, I want it to be red, which I believe I own a red one. Huh, can I not do red? Oh, here we go, 6 of 6 and 6. So I own the ones that are yellow here, where it says 6 of 6 and 6 of 6, but I don't own any of the other ones. Red, there we go. Like the color red. I also like the color black. I could have left it black, but I prefer red. So a lot of the stuff, if I ever do end up buying lasers for my ship or anything, they're probably going to be red as well. Like I said, I'm not going to change any of the rest of the stuff, but you can see how in depth it is. It's actually pretty cool. A lot of the stuff. Oh, this is this shows like your rank and stuff. You can actually put it on your shoulder and all that. I'm not going to mess with that. But I mean, there's slide bars to change how your character looks and everything. Not messing with any of that. Oh, I do want to save it because I want to save the color of his outfit. Sure, we'll save it right there. Cool. All right, back out of there. The store. This is just more stuff that you can buy with the arcs. I'm not sure what all's in here. Okay, the different ships and stuff. You can earn these and buy them with credits. You don't have to come and buy them. It looks like these are kits anyway. It's not even the ship itself. So it just adds like maybe the extra wings or something on the back end of them. I'm not going to go through this whole thing. That looks like a lot of stuff. Outfitting. This is definitely things that you want to check out every time you come to a new space station. Your hard points, you can change out your weapons and all that. I'm going to leave mine with just the pulse lasers. And it says loaned because I believe you start out in debt in this game. Maybe not. I could have sworn that you did. Down at the bottom right where it says insurance costs. So if my ship was to blow up, it wouldn't cost me anything to get this back because it's a starter ship. When you buy a completely new ship, if you're flying around without insurance and that ship blows up, you lose everything. Everything that is not loaned. So basically, like if I bought a brand new ship and I bought brand new weapons and everything, I would literally lose everything and have to come back to this ship. I believe you do store all of your ships and stuff. You can have multiple ones. I'm not sure how many you can store at one time. Sorry about that, I had to cough. The main reason I came in here though is to go to this optional internal. We're gonna go down to this empty one and we're gonna buy ourselves a fuel scoop, which is right here. Now, the main reason though that I said you guys always want to check these out is because there's always going to be different things in here. So when I click on fuel scoops, as you can see, there's 2 of them. I believe the numbers are the rank of the item, and then the letter is more like the quality. Or maybe that's backwards. Maybe the number is the rank, or sorry, the number is the quality and the letter is the I wouldn't say rank for the letter. It's more it's more focused towards different things. So one might like way lighter than another, or like if it's lasers, one might be more energy sufficient when you're using them, stuff like that. I don't remember all the stuff that comes with it. It looks like these 2 are pretty similar though. The rating is the letter from what it says right there in the center top right. It says rating and it has like the D and the E switching back and forth. I don't know what the 0.14 MW is. I mean, yeah, it says power draw, but I'm assuming that's megawatts maybe. I'm not sure. So I don't know if I want to use, I mean, they do the same thing. So wouldn't I want the cheaper one? Because I mean, yeah, it only gives 14 megawatts, but or sorry, it gives, looks like they have the same boot time and the scoop rate is the same, but it's using less energy to do it. And the integrity is actually higher on the E than the D. I think the last time I did this I went with D, but I could be reading this wrong, but I'm gonna go with D just because my instincts tell me that if it's more expensive that it's probably better. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go with D. So I hit X on it, and now it's gonna say buying options, and we're gonna do purchase. So now my fuel scoop is installed and everything, and now I can get fuel from stars. I don't have to worry about fueling up every time I come to a space station. The thing is though that every time I go to a new system I have to remember to use that fuel scoop. Not every single time, but I just have to pay attention to my fuel, because if I'm not paying attention to it, then I could easily run out of fuel and I'll either have to blow myself up or, like I said, call the fuel rat guys. And if you go in the community, you can find them. Just type in, hey, need fuel rats, blah blah blah, or I'm sure they probably have their own link in there, stuff like that. There's a lot of third-party stuff with this game. You can check out their wiki, and they have like a whole bunch of different links, a whole bunch of different tutorials on like where to go and how to hook stuff up. Shipyard, this shows all the different ships that you can buy. So this one has 1 of 6. So if I hit right on the D-pad, it shows the different ships. That's a Sidewinder. That's one we started with. For 44,000, I can get an Eagle. For 52,000, I can get this Hauler. For 87,000, I can get the Adder. For 142,000, I can get the Viper. And for 349,000, I can get the Cobra. They all have different top speeds, different jump ranges, but you can also upgrade that stuff and change it depending on what you put into your ship. So if I buy a different what's that called, an FSD, I can probably jump further. So I can't remember the ship that I had the last time I played this, when I had the 4 million. I think I was actually just a low guy and just used this Eagle just because it was maneuverable, and it had the stuff that I was using when I was making the ship, or when I was playing the game, and you know, just actually doing the stuff that I was doing, because I was transporting people, I think. I don't remember. But let's go ahead and exit that, and then advanced maintenance. So my paint did get a little bit damaged, but my hull and everything's still at 100%. If I want to fix this, I hit right on the D-pad to bring it back up to 100, hit X. It'll ask me if I want to confirm that I'm spending 10 credits to get it back to up to 100. I'm gonna hit yes. And now that is all fixed. Why it doesn't show it on repair, I think it's just because your ship technically isn't damaged, just the paint. But I think you're always gonna have to repair the paint. So, and then if you come in the passenger lounge in here, is it gonna have any? No. In here it'll normally show if you want to accept a mission like transporting people and stuff, but you also have to have a passenger module. How when I came in the outfitting, and then I went to, I believe, the optional one. So right here I have a cargo rack that has a capacity of 4, so I can hold 4 items. I can also get a passenger one, which there's actually none in here. It could also be in a different part of the ship though. Let me see if I click on cargo. Okay, yeah, it's just cargo. Yeah, it may be on a different part too though. Like it may be under core internal or something like that, which I don't think it is. Utility mounts, maybe it's utility. Nope. Hard points or weapon. I think it's under optional, but it's just they just don't have one here. Which that's fine. I'm not worried about it, but I just wanted to show you guys. But it's not in here anyway, so we're gonna exit that. Exit this. Did we pick a mission yet? We did not. Alright, so I'm gonna actually end the video here, and we will pick a mission the next time we come into this game and go from there, and I'll show you guys a little bit more about the game. I know this time I did a lot in the menus again, normally like I do on our first playthrough with any of the games. If you guys have questions about any of the stuff, ask me. If I know, I will answer you. If I don't know, I'll look it up and I'll find the answer for you guys. It may take some time depending on how complicated your question is. But yeah, it's a really cool game. Like I said, I'm actually looking forward to Odyssey. That's why I'm trying to get back into it. And I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Thanks for joining me again, guys. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and if you wouldn't mind, hit the notification button. That way you can see every time it pops up, and it also helps circulate my videos through YouTube. I would really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks again.